Okay. Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Okay, why is there a delay? There's a delay. Okay, there it goes.
That's just us. We're slow.
Okay. I'm Amy from Lulu Bean Designs, and this is...
I am Joy from Joyfully Crafted Decor.
And so we are going live today to show y'all a couple of fun fall projects. We have been, I'm sorry we're late, but we're trying to get the camera angle just right because we need you to be able to see both of us, but I wanted you to be able to see our work surface as well. And I know it's a little far away, so we're just gonna have to do the best we can and try to hold things up as we're getting them painted. So, and also my dog is walking around in the background and making noise, and I really hope he doesn't knock over the camera. So this is not my normal camera angle. You guys know about my issues. I always have issues with my camera. So always trying to figure it out. Let me see if I'm live in the right place.
Let's see.
And I can see your comments. And we'll show you guys what we're going to create today. Okay, so here we are. All right, looks like there's a few people on. So if you're just coming in, please say hello. Tell me where you're watching from and tell me what you're doing on this Friday afternoon. Why don't you show what you're gonna make first? And once we start crafting, our heads will probably be cut off a little bit, but at least you can see kind of what we're doing here. So.
Yes, it's a much better view, trust me, on here. So basically what I am gonna do, I have pre-stained my board, and it's the Early American Rust-Oleum stain. I love that. That's kind of my favorite stain to use. Is that Rust-Oleum?
Oh, sorry, you said that.
That's
Rust-Oleum.
okay.
I haven't bought that kind before.
And so I wanted to do fun autumn things in hopes that the temperatures would actually then go along with the sign. So I have this where I've cut it out and then I just put it back in kind of like a template. These are going to be my fall leaves, and then here, and then I did a acorn, and it's going to obviously say hello, and then fall, and the fall will go on top of the leaves.
Very cute. And you guys, so this is going to look backwards to you guys until the end. I will come around and flip the camera around, and so you all the words won't be backwards when we finish the projects. But in the meantime, we're going to do it like this because it's easier for us in selfie mode to not be backwards because it throws everything off. So, okay, I'm going to make...
We need as much help as we can get.
Yes, we do. Okay. Got ribbon everywhere. So this is a teacher sign. Oh, and you guys, I'm going to link the files for these in the comments when we get done. Joy is not going to have her file link listed until she finishes the project and can photograph it, but I will link her shop. So this teacher sign, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's hard to see with the overhead lighting I have. It's got a rectangle engraved on it so that you can see the line that I'm going to be painting, because it's going to look like a scalloped edge frame with kind of a chalkboard middle. And then I've cut out some words. Obviously the font is not included in the file because you're going to want to make this for your own special teacher, and you're going to want to use your own, good morning Amy, how are you? You're going to want to use your own wording and font, so of course that's not included. This I believe is Eyes Wide Open font that I'm going to be using on this. Okay, so then there's a little pennant banner attachment that I call it an attachment, but this piece is going to be permanently glued on here at the top. But then there are some interchangeable attachments that come with this. That's my dog. Sorry, knocking the camera. Now it's crooked. Hey,
Buckley.
he's tripping over the
Go
cord.
lay down.
All right,
Gosh.
here
we go.
Sorry guys, hang on one second. I'm just going to unplug it. Hopefully the phone has enough charge that we don't need it plugged in.
Go lay down.
He doesn't know that command. He thinks he said, let's go play.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go play.
Oh, you wanted to have fun again.
Yes. All right, so hopefully he won't knock over the chair, but at least the cord is not in his way. If I put him outside, he's going to bark, make it worse. Okay, so we have attachments that go with this file. This is a little art palette, and everything is engraved on here, guys, so that you see the lines, so you have a little guide to paint. And then we have some books and some crowns and some musical notes for like if it's a music teacher. So basically I'm trying to have all your teachers covered here. An apple and the little globe.
Nice.
Okay, now I'm not going to paint all these on the live because I think it's going to take a little bit longer than we want to be live today. So I'll do a couple of the attachments. Okay, so let's get started.
Yes, in my file, my husband sweetly cut my stuff last night.
He has skills.
Yes, I had to be up at 4:30
skills.
this morning to do COVID testing for patients, and so he said, "Go to bed, and I'll do it." And he forgot to score where the leaves are going. So I know.
Group. We need to put him in the
I
group.
know,
So we can
I
see that.
know.
We did talk about him in the video.
But hey, that he knows how to do it is great.
Yes, that he even knows how to operate the Glowforge is amazing. So Joy's project is cut on her Glowforge. Mine is cut on my Thunder Laser. And okay, so I guess let's get started with our painting.
Okay.
And just let me know if you need any supplies at all.
All right, and I'm gonna look on my phone to see what colors I preset these things for.
The color I'm going to use for my frame is Deco Art Americana Sea Breeze. Sorry, I know that's far away from the camera. I'm trying, oh, you know what? Why am I looking over there? I can see the comments here. Hi, Laura. Hi, Dana. That's why the computer's here, so I can see the comments. I'm like trying to squint and see all the way across the room. Okay, good morning, or afternoon, I should say, ladies.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Yeah, my first one's gonna be pumpkin, and that's the Anita's all-purpose acrylic.
All right. So you guys, tell us what's going on today. Is anybody getting any crafting done today?
Hopefully.
Comment and yes, Dana, such a good husband, she says.
Oh yes, he is.
He is an engineer, and
Yes.
he amazes me with his skills and that he's even interested in the laser, because my husband, I mean, he's interested, but not in like actually, not enough to actually like use it. He just comes out once in a while in the garage and is like, what are you doing out here? Why are you spending so much time in the dirty garage?
Exactly. You're sure you're out here by yourself?
Yes.
Yes. My husband is an engineer, and so he's very detailed. And so sometimes he'll go, now, don't you want to do this? Or what about that? And some of the time I'm like, no, that's not what I'm going for. But on multiple occasions, I'm like, that's a great idea.
Right. He definitely has some good ideas. And he has helped her get her camera to be able to use the pass-through door to get everything set up so she can line it up, and that's how you cut your circle, right?
Yes,
With the pass-through
through the
door in the
pass-through.
front.
I know, I told him I should probably put that up on my Etsy site. I know that Glowforge has a beta for the pass-through, and to be honest, I haven't even tried it because pretty much the pass-through file that my husband designed is really good, and it's bang on every time. So, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
So,
She doesn't have the beta, she has the Brian,
yes, exactly.
which is working just fine for
Yes,
her.
yes. 31 years and counting.
Aw.
I was married when I was 2.
Right, yes. So, Amy says, rain all day in North Carolina, all
Ugh.
glitter today. Very fun. Amy makes glitter tumblers that are to die for. I'm got my eye on a leopard pattern. Can you imagine? I know leopard
Yes.
pattern, everything. Tumbler that she made. Laura says, not today. She says her husband's an engineer too. Getting ready for school to start on Monday. Meet the teacher Zoom calls.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a new experience unto itself.
I'm sure.
I know, I said I feel really bad for all the, like, kindergartners and seniors. Because seniors, you kind of have a vision of this is how your senior year is going to go.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going nowhere
Sideways.
near like you thought. So, and then the kindergartners, this is their first exposure, and it's like either they're staying home or they are then doing virtual learning
Right.
at home, with a teacher, or they're going, but it's on a, this every other day, and then the other group goes, and so.
Yeah. It's crazy, this whole thing.
Yeah, and this color that I'm using is a burgundy, and it's from Folk Art.
Love Folk Art paint. Very nice.
Yes.
Folk Art and Deco Art are both good brands of paint. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, and the Deco Art paint, I don't know if it's because it was on sale, because it was on sale, but usually when it's on sale, I haven't had the problem of it being cleaned out. And I mean, it was the whole, rack was empty pretty much.
Well, and I think my thought behind it is that they're so focused on getting COVID items in that they kind of have let some of the other things just fall by the wayside.
Yeah. I did see yesterday that Marshalls, my local Marshalls, has finally stocked some stuff, because I'm a huge Marshalls shopper. I love all their holiday stuff. I love their clothes. I find all kinds of stuff at Marshalls. Unfortunately, they don't have a craft department, but I do find like lots of fun home interior, home decor things at Marshalls and TJ Maxx. And they had been empty. And they finally yesterday, looks like they're getting back to normal and getting stocked. So they had some really cute Halloween decor. Of course, I'm looking at all the little mini signs that they had in there, and I'm thinking, I could make that. I could make that. I'm like, they're really cute, and I would buy them, but nope, I can make those. Now, will I make them?
Yeah.
That's
question. Another story. Yeah.
So they definitely had some cute little signs that go on tiered trays, but we don't need to buy those, right, you guys? We can make our tiered tray stuff.
Heck, we can even make our own tier trays.
I want to know this pattern file you used to do the perfect pass-through cut.
Oh. Okay, see, this is what my husband, he's smart. He's like, you should probably put that on your Etsy shop, because you would probably sell a bazillion
Yeah.
of those. I will go ahead and I will post that also this afternoon, and that can be in my Joyfully Crafted Decor Etsy shop. Because we pretty much have it all together, and because he's so detailed, he wrote these instructions like verbatim, do this, step 2, do that.
Nice.
So anyway, he made it idiot proof, and I'm the proof that yes, that does work.
Oh my gosh. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, you guys, I'm going to comment with the links to Joy's shop and also to this file. And if you missed at the beginning, she is going to add the file to her shop after this live is over, and she can take a picture of the project, so she can have something to put. So let's see. Amy, did you cut that background board? What size is that? Yes, Laura, this is the size that it is in the file. It's 19 inches on the widest side, and I think, how many inches is it on the other side? I don't have my tape measure. I can look in here and see. If I back it up, I can pull up the measurements. Hang on, and I will tell you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
don't
both.
get paint on your white shirt.
I know. I said, am I insane? I wore a white shirt. Yes.
So it is 15 by 19, which I know if you don't have the Pro won't fit on your bed. But you can always size everything down if you want to be able to cut this and you don't have a pass-through door. Also, what I can do is I can sell just the blank boards. If you guys are interested, comment and let me know if you want me to do that, because I can add the blank cutouts to my shop if you want a bigger board. Because this, like I said, 15 by 19, but I didn't want to go any smaller because this is a door hanger size, and typically my door hangers are 20 inches on the longest side, sometimes a little longer than that, because I like a pretty big size door hanger. It's kind of like, I like a pretty big hair bow. I just think bigger is better, so I like big, huge things on my front door. It's just kind of one of those things.
She has her cute Beach Please sign on her door.
let's see. She said you answered that already. What was the Etsy again? Joyfully.
Yeah, Joyfully Crafted Decor. It's each word is capitalized of the word. Each letter, sorry, is capitalized, and
I just put the link, Christina, in the comments for this video.
Yes, and I am going to be adding some more files. I've been busy creating, and then I haven't had time to put them on there. So I have a cute ornament that I made, and I think I brought it because somebody wanted to see it at work today. So if I get a chance, I'll pop over there and I'll just show you what that looks like.
Very cool. Yep. She's got some beautiful stuff in her shop, so check it out. I have got like blobs of paint. I normally don't paint this way. I normally put my paint on something, but since I'm doing these big surfaces, I just decided I was going to do it this way. But now I have all this paint blobbed on my brush, and I'm making a big mess. So,
see, I don't feel bad because then it kind of clumped up for my burgundy here. I'm like, alrighty then.
Yeah, it'll all fix in the end.
Yes, and what I like to do sometimes, if it's gonna be a little rough, I always sand before and then paint, and then sometimes I will sand in a focus spot, but typically I sand all over it afterwards, after it dries, because then I just like that smooth feel.
Yeah, you're better
I already
at sanding
put some
than
in there.
me.
Oh, Lord, help me.
Well, it's hard because we don't have, I feel like we need more space to be able to like put stuff next to us and not have to reach.
Right.
So I normally don't reach across my piece to grab my water and like drip and stuff.
I know. I'm wondering, so this is Deco Art and it's canary yellow. But I'm wondering if I want to mix a little of my pumpkin in there with the yellow. 'Cause I don't know. I think that is maybe a little too yellow. What do you all think?
I don't know. I like it. It takes a minute before you'll see anybody's comments because
Okay.
it's like a delay. So, yeah, if anybody comments, blank boards would be great. Melissa, I will definitely add that to my shop. I'm just getting a small brush here and trying to get the corners. Meanwhile, my paint is drying.
So what type of lasers do most of y'all typically have? Is most people having a Glowforge or what? And by the way, this is a 16, he just did it to 16 inch, and I don't know if you can see, but just going around, this is doing through my pass-through with his file that he created for me. And you seriously, you could never tell.
You can't at all. You cannot see the edge at all.
He scored major brownie points for that.
Yeah.
I know, I think it's funny because Amy and I were talking before we went live, and we were talking about ribbon, and I'm like, you know, I don't have so much fall ribbon, but my most favorite season is fall. So I don't know why.
I feel the same way. I love fall too, but I don't have as much fall ribbon.
Right.
I think because I tend to go towards a lot of just neutrals with my ribbons. Like I definitely get, you know, I put color in there, but I always use a black and white ribbon on almost every project that I put a bow on because I feel like it really makes it pop. Now see, I'm dripping paint.
At least that wasn't me. So I told her, I'm like, get me stuff so I can put under here, because I'm like, I don't want to be the one that spills paint or whatever.
Well, I would think, it seems to me that since we've gotten the camera so far back away from what we're doing, that you could see more, but I'm just getting, can you pass me the baby wipes?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all have to have baby wipes whenever you're crafting. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes, her baby is, what, how old is...
My youngest
yeah.
is 16, but
Yes.
I still buy boxes of baby wipes, like cases. Like I order cases of baby wipes from Amazon. I mean, a case lasts me a while, but like, yeah. Because I use them all the time for crafting. All right, so let's see if we have any comments. Several people say they have a Glowforge. Shannon says she has a Glowforge Pro, but she has not used the pass-through yet.
Girl, use the pass-through. Every day I use my pass-through. I actually did not screw back in the things because I'm like, why? Because I would just be taking it back off.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of signs and stuff like that. So, you know, with that, you can only go but so big on the Glowforge bed. And so then I just use that pass-through file and works like a champ.
Yeah, I think once you learn how to do it and you're not intimidated by it anymore,
yes,
I think that's a huge stepping stone to, it opens the door to like all the projects that you can make.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, I have a pass-through door. My laser bed is larger to begin with,
yes,
because it's a giant machine that has to go in my garage because it's that big. But it's the bed without the pass-through is 24 by 36, and I still use the pass-through every day that I have my laser running, because that enables me to not have to get Home Depot or Lowe's to cut my wood down. I can basically put a bigger piece of wood through the pass-through door, and it's causing me to have less waste because I don't have to cut my wood in so many pieces and waste like the edges.
Yeah, so what I do is I have the Lowe's guy cut the 4x8 sheets of plywood into 24 inches. And then I use my table saw and cut off 4 inches just on the one side. And then I keep the 24-inch on the other way, because then, you know, if you want to do signs or whatever that is bigger, then you can. So I only used like my proof grade Glowforge wood initially, the stuff that they gave me. And then I quickly moved on to Lowe's and getting them. I got them in, I think, the 2x4 foot sheets. And then Amy told me, no, get the 4x8. It is far cheaper.
Expensive. Yeah, yes. That's the thing. Like the man working back in the lumber department, as he's cutting my wood. Now this was when I was getting my wood cut into smaller pieces than I am now. He looked over and glanced at the rack and he's like, you know, we sell it already cut. It's right there. And I'm like, yeah, and you charge 8 times more for it. So please cut my wood, you know. Yeah.
You're not thinking if you're thinking I'm stupid, I'm actually really a lot smarter than you give me credit for.
I see that rack of wood right there. I'm so sorry. So you guys, if you have a problem with your paint being streaky and you're trying to get a nice smooth finish, sometimes if you get a bigger brush at the end and get it wet and just run it in long strokes on your area, it'll smooth everything out a little bit more. So just a tip. Nice. All right. Mine are 10 and I still use baby wipes too, Michelle says. And Carrie says she love my pass-through. I put tape over the back slot. Okay, you'll know what she's talking about. What she's talking about with the tape on the back slot.
So what does the purpose of the tape on the back slot do? Enlighten me.
Yes, do tell.
Yes.
Tell us all the tricks.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I was just trying to touch up a spot and I've got like a big blob of paint on here that I didn't need.
I had got my Glowforge in January. So anyway, so I'm, you know, fairly new. And then for a whole month, because I'm a nurse, I got COVID very early on.
She did.
In the whole COVID thing. Yes. And I'm trying to do the convalescent plasma donations now. So cool. I put in for that. And so I'm just waiting for them to call me, because I said if that could be the silver lining for me in getting that, is that I can help somebody else.
That's awesome.
That is struggling.
Yeah,
Thank goodness I didn't have to go to the hospital, you know, but
yes. It got rough there though on day, like they say,
yes.
was it day 10, day 9
yes.
and 10? It gets a little,
yes.
I may have to change this water out because I'm using black and I'm making our water like really muddy. So you guys, I'm going to set this aside. I've got this big piece done. This is the frame, just black chalk paint in the middle, and then again the outside I use the Deco Arts Americana Sea Breeze. So I'm going to let this dry.
Do you have another angled brush?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of angled brushes. Do you need like a big one or?
No, I think I want a little smaller.
That's a little bitty. Is that too
Well, no,
small?
that's too bitty. I need the, you know.
There's a couple laying
Goldilocks
right
and the Three
Either one of
Bears.
those
That's
work?
too small.
There's that one. Is that
Oh,
good?
yeah, that's
Maybe?
perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is getting it better.
There you go.
So, but anyway, so then that I wasn't glow forging. I wasn't doing anything pretty much for a month. So my husband knew I was really sick. He was like, okay, you're not going on Pinterest and you're not crafting.
You
This
must
is serious.
really be sick.
Yes.
Yeah, this is for real.
Yes.
Hey Terry, how are you? Good afternoon. Let's see. Front one is so easy to take off. Back one, not so much. Is she talking about the?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the pass-through slots.
Yeah, you know, I saw that on my laser. There's a back pass-through as well, but it looks like it's on there pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not quite as easy as taking the front one off, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to look up how to do that. So I haven't taken the back one off yet.
Yeah, no, we did both, and so and like I said, I haven't put it back on probably since February is probably when I took it off.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is the way to go. Do the pass through.
Yeah. I don't know why I painted this first pennant blue. It's going to be right on top of the other blue. Did you see me do that? You didn't see me do that. Yours
No.
is looking so good.
Thank you. I know I'm
It's
trying
all
to
colors.
smooth out here because it looked a little
I'll
I
go
don't
over
know.
it with the darker blue. That's what
clumpy.
Yeah. No, I think it's looking
That's
great.
a very technical term.
Yes, clumpy. You guys, these pens that I'm using are Posca pens. You can get them on Amazon, and they come in all sorts of colors.
Yes.
They are amazing. They
Yes.
dry matte, and they are very inky,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't go on streaky. As long as you get the ink flowing really good, they don't streak really bad.
Yeah, I've had other pens that I swear I used them maybe 3 times and then the ink was gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, seriously?
Yes.
So, and I got those and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, these are awesome. I have gone through quite a few black and white ones, but
Oh, well, yes.
I haven't run out of the colored ones yet. So,
I'm just getting this so it's a little smoother color as this dries. So,
that looks great.
yeah, my husband
Very pretty.
tells me to stop trying to be perfect,
Yes,
with it. So,
definitely.
I suffer. I have an issue with that.
I think that's just kind of a thing with us crafters. We
Yeah.
do that. Maybe I'll go over this blue with this green, and that'll pop a little bit more.
Let's see.
This
I'm gonna put
mint
this
green.
over here.
Aqua and mint green, my 2 favorites.
I'll do this probably over here. So it was nice, even though my husband he forgot to score the main circle.
Poor Ryan.
I could use the board that he cut the letters out of as a template. So it's it'll be easier then when I do that, because otherwise I'll be going, okay, go up a little bit here, go down there, and it'll be
Yes.
a nightmare.
But he let you get some sleep last night.
Yes. Yes. So
So you could get up at the crack of dawn. You're going to
Yes.
get a nap this afternoon. after
yes,
this.
my dog just looked at me with her one eye open and was like, "Are you kidding?"
She's
when
so
the alarm went off.
Yeah. They know. They're like, this is not when we
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah, no.
For sure.
Oops, sorry. We live in a new neighborhood, and so we're right, unfortunately, at the end of our phase and the beginning of the other one. So it's like, 7 o'clock in the morning, they, are banging and pounding and all that.
Still, yeah.
Let's see. Black. Where is do you have
A
black?
black paint pen or paint?
No, I'm going to use paint.
Here you
Just
go.
Thank you.
Black chalk paint. That's the only black paint I use is black chalk paint. It's so nice and thick.
Yes.
All right, which one of these? Oh, I think I'm doing a little paint. So I'm going to paint the little paint palette.
That's true.
I thought that would be cute. And I think I'm going to use brown for the palette itself. Well, you know what? Now that I say that, I'm wondering if that paintbrush will pop on there if I do black on brown, and I don't think it will.
I'm going to put these back. I'm like, oh yeah, my template even for this. I like doing it that way so that you don't get paint on the sides as much. So, because then that's a nightmare. Although I really probably didn't have to do this because, you know, it's black. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could just use a black paint pen if you want one.
Yes,
I've got,
but
you want to do that?
nah.
No? Okay.
I'm like, this is...
All right. Here we go. Perfect size brush. Melissa says, what is everyone using baby wipes for, cleaning or applying paint? Everything.
I was like, both.
Everything. For getting paint off of places you don't want paint.
Yes.
Like your hands.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not your clothes. It doesn't seem to do much on your clothes. But I'm not as confident of a painter as Joy, though. She wears white when she paints.
No, that was a definite, that was a decision at 4:30 in the morning. Poor decision. As I'm driving here, I'm like, I did not think that through, did I?
I do have aprons if you want to borrow an apron. I don't want you to get your shirt painty. I should wear an apron when I paint because I'm a messy painter.
Oh yeah, I do. So, because I don't trust myself. And, well, because then I learned when I got paint on, you know, probably the first shirt that I ever was painting with. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't come off.
No. So, yeah. So I have, for the people that live in Virginia and know, I guess maybe it's just really the Richmond area, the grocery store, it used to be here called U-Crops. And it was a family-run store.
U-Crops.
And yes. And I took a cake decorating class, actually, with Amy. That's been a bazillion years ago.
Wow.
And then there was somebody that worked at the U-Crops bakery, and she says, I have tons of these aprons. She's like, do you want one? And she's like, you can just have it. So then that's now been my painting
that's awesome.
apron ever since, yes.
I should make us some aprons. Well, you have the heat press too, don't you? Have the...
Yes.
Yeah.
The Cricut.
Yeah, Joy and I both started off with Cricuts before we jumped to the laser.
Yes.
And we both did some heat press vinyls. So I have all this vinyl back here behind me.
I know, I have gobs. And when you move, then you realize how much stuff that you have.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dear Lord. I'm like, I think the movers have now gotten our stuff mixed with somebody else's, and they just keep bringing stuff in.
I know. I mean, that's the one thing. I had my house painted recently, and I thought, there's no way that I'm going to have somebody try to paint this room because I would have to move everything. And there's that's a nightmare. There's so much in this room.
Oh, yes.
So when I first moved in here, I was in, this is what's supposed to be my dining room. And I took over my dining room and I moved my dining room table into what's supposed to be like an office or a formal living room. And we certainly never used a formal living room, but we really didn't use our formal dining room unless it was a holiday. So it's been fine. But when I was moving everything, being lazy, I tried to move one of these bookshelves without taking anything off of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those
are the things I do at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you're like,
sitting on the floor, pushing it with my feet.
Yeah, you're like, that wasn't well thought out,
yeah,
right?
I kind of, needless to say, the entire bookshelf broke. It fell over. Everything fell off of it. I did not lose one craft item. However, the bookshelf was toast. That was a really dumb thing. I thought, I can move this. I have those moving men little things that you put underneath the feet of your furniture, and you can scoot them. You know, you can get those. I've seen them on the Target dollar aisle. But I thought, yeah, I can just push this across the floor. It'll save me so much time. I won't have to take everything off of it. That was the dumbest thing.
Oh yeah. You're like, that sounded so good.
Oh yeah.
Until you're actually doing that. So I'm taking my masking off.
She's a real laser girl, Glowforge girl. She actually uses masking.
Yes.
Yes. I don't use masking.
Well, because then, then for yours is a larger, higher wattage laser. So you have far less burn than I do. So I burn much more. That's why I've learned the hard way.
But that also helps with painting.
Yes.
Right? Because you've got everything masked off. So it helps to kind of, mask off your painting area so you know exactly where your paint's going. So that's good.
All right. I am trying to decide. I love this. It's called Burnt Umber.
Oh, yes,
from Folk Art. And typically, like what I've done, like when I do with my sunflowers, I will do the burnt umber on it, and then I will follow it up with the Deco Art copper paint. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love this. You sponge it on there, and it just really looks great. But I'm trying to decide, should I do that up here with this? I don't know.
So burnt umber for
up here, and then I'll have the lighter brown here, but then do the touch-ups with the copper.
Yes, I think so. I want to see the copper because
it's awesome.
Yeah, I have not been done really well with metallics yet.
Oh, see, that I have discovered metallics probably a month and a half ago, and I'm like, where have you been all my life?
Mm-hmm. They're so pretty.
Yes, it just really, and especially like the silver, where you do tires and stuff like that, the rims in the middle, I mean, it looks real.
Yeah. Michelle says you love that sea breeze paint. I know. Do you see me? I keep reaching for it. That sea breeze. I do. It's my favorite color. And when I found out that they had a Posca pen that is pretty much the same color as the sea breeze from Deco Art,
you just said black.
I just was like, yeah, it's the same color as the sea breeze. So I was very excited about that. I'm surprised I have any left in there. But it's such a bright, cheerful color. This is actually like a mint green that I'm using for, I wasn't going to paint this piece. I was going to do the books, but I'm doing the globe. So I'm doing kind of a minty green for the land on the globe. What you looking for?
I'm looking for my little makeup wedges. I'm gonna put them up here.
I didn't see your makeup wedges. I have makeup wedges somewhere, but I can't tell you off the top of my head where.
Where in the world?
They are. Uh-oh.
I know. They've,
Did you have them up here?
Yeah, but I wonder if I put it in.
Oh, maybe it's in your bag.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got sponges on one of my shelves down here.
Let me see.
Let's see. Maybe more comments. Posca is the spelling P-O-S-C-A, excuse me, for the Posca paint pens. Yes. That is how you spell it. You can't see it from that far away, but yes, Posca paint pens. Uniposca. U-N-I-P-O-S-C-A.
Yeah, I have to think they're, not from the United States originally made.
Yeah. But I think, are they Japanese?
Because that's just
Japanese.
that's a very unique word.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know what I did with them.
Let me
I'm
see.
losing my mind.
Let me see. Oh, here's some in this bag.
Okay, awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah. All right, so I've got my land all painted the mint green. I'm letting my palette dry. I painted the palette, just the big part of it. Where's the paint that I used for that? That is called Pebble by Deco Art Americana. It's all Deco Art Americana. That's pretty much the only paint that I buy.
I know some of this, what was it, the Anita's one or whatever, that was probably some of my first stuff that I bought. And, I mean, it's, it's fine, but
right.
I just find that it's
gonna make himself at home.
not as good as others that I like.
Yeah. Well, and I started off with Apple Barrel from Walmart. And Apple Barrel is not as thick as the Deco Art. And then there was another, do you guys have, or did you have, excuse me, AC Moore near you? Used to be called Ben Franklin craft store back in the day. I'm showing my age probably by saying that. But anyway, it just shut down. Well, they had Nicole's paint. And that one I used to buy a lot of because it was so cheap. But I'm telling you, cheap paint sometimes is just not worth your money, because if you get good paint, you have to use way fewer coats.
Right.
And do a lot less work. So it's worth it. Find a brand that you like and stick with it.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yep. And I also like some of the paint samples you can get at Lowe's and Home Depot.
Yes. I did that with a big, I did a noodle board for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I got
that was a
the
really
sample
pretty
ones.
project.
Thank you.
Didn't you say you're not going to make any more noodle boards, though? Is that a lot of work?
Well, and I said unless I have probably a larger laser, because then it's just kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
So it was a labor of love for a friend. So
That paint pen was, there we go. This is much juicier.
that's pretty. I like those colors together.
Well, you're the one who suggested this blue. I'm glad, because it does look more like
Good.
the proper globe blue. Probably my green doesn't, but
Oh,
I don't really have another light green paint pen. Well, I do. I have that other brand over there, but I'm not crazy about those. They're, they don't go on as thick, and they're shiny. So I feel like with the shiny, you see the streaks more.
I don't know if I would have been smarter. Okay, let's see.
Oh, you have a, Terry says she has a Ben Franklin store on Cape Cod. Are you
Oh.
kidding? I did not know they still had Ben Franklin stores.
Wow.
That is so cool. So my Ben Franklin memory as a child is going to the Ben Franklin in Fredericksburg, Virginia with my mother, and my mother closing my fingers in the trunk of the car and not being able to find the keys immediately.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. I'll never forget that.
Sorry, I need a tiny
What?
brush now
Oh, yeah.
because I am not
Okay, so
liking the
let's
little
see.
makeup thing.
So tiny angled brush,
Yes, probably.
like that. Thank you. Okay, I mean I have
so
probably
needy.
smaller. Yeah, and then my mother, she felt so terrible, and she was so worried about my hand that there was a fire department right down the road. And so she walked me down. She walked her sniveling, bawling child, who was probably 7, down to the fire department. And the poor firemen had to deal with me, hysterical.
Oh gosh.
But they put ice on my hand, and, they were very sweet.
Of course.
That's my Ben Franklin memory.
Yeah. Okay. And it's amazing you still shop there.
I know. Yeah, it's weird how that just popped
Yes,
in my head.
this would have been much smarter to paint ahead of time on that, because it has all this little tedious lattice.
Yeah, that is kind of.
And I feel like,
it's looking good though.
thank you. I know it's kind of dark, and I'm like, maybe it's a little bit darker than I wanted, but when I put the copper in there, then it'll be.
So you
Good.
guys tell me if you're watching and you have made one of the round signs where you do the stripes. Someone comment and tell me if when you're doing, like, most of the round is stained, but then you're doing a couple of painted stripes. Okay, have you done that?
I've seen
love
that. I'm like,
look,
I
and
love it
actually
too.
haven't done it. But what I want to know is there an issue with the paint and the stain being up next to each other? Like, obviously you're probably not staining and then painting over top, I'm guessing you're just staining the exact area and then you're
Yes,
painting
because
the exact area
otherwise
of the
then
stripes.
it's going to be muted.
Yeah, like maybe some painter's tape to,
Right,
like,
yes.
yeah
something very
yeah
the good stuff. They have, some good stuff now for painter's tape where
Frog tape.
Yes, it
yeah, I need
easily
to get some frog tape.
Peels up, and you're like, okay,
Right.
I need
Yeah.
to put more of this on there.
Okay, so there's my little globe, but I think I'm going to do another coat of the green. Because that just needs to be a little bit brighter. Yeah, I'm assuming you just tape it all off and then you stain first and then paint last.
Oh, right. That's what I would assume. But, right, yeah. Is, you know, what type of, has anybody had issues, or is it fairly easy, not time consuming?
Right. Because I've never done stain and paint on the same surface.
Yeah, I haven't
I
either.
don't think. Not that I can remember. What I love about having a laser is that since I did some door hanger painting before I got my laser, I don't have very good hand lettering skills. And that is definitely a skill. You can learn to hand letter. I think some people are, you know, born with the skill. I've seen people definitely improve. So I could probably take a class and improve that skill, but I like that you can just cut out words and paint them and put them on, because I feel like it just looks so much more polished.
Right. Well, right. And I know I've kind of started playing around with Procreate, and I've been asking people, like, okay, so if you truly do not have an ability to draw well, like, really, like, people would question whether a blind person might have done that, which they probably would do a better job than I do with drawing.
Right.
And they're like, no, you just practice, and you know, kind of have the tracing memory. You know, you just keep on tracing whatever you want to do. If you want to learn to do, you know, leaves or whatever,
Exactly.
then you just do that, or your lettering, just keep on practicing. And I'm sure some letters are more difficult to
It's a muscle
get
memory.
down. Yes.
Yeah, muscle memory thing, they say. Look, I'm going to use a metallic Posca. I didn't even know they had metallic Poscas, and these came in one of the sets that I got, and this one is silver. So I'm using the silver one for the little stand for the globe. If I can get it to give me some ink. You're going to be done before me.
Lord have mercy. I don't know with this thing.
I haven't done my letters yet, though, and that's going to take 2 coats for sure. Oh, Buck's just figured out Dawn's here. Well, that goes on pretty good. I was thinking maybe I should put white underneath it, but it's actually going on pretty thick. The silver, you probably can't see from here. I'll get it closer, but the silver Posca, yeah.
I know.
don't
Well,
even know
and
if I need 2
actually,
coats.
yeah, for my flower or leaf, the yellow, I have to do just one more little area right there because I can see where it's got a little bit that's coming through.
Yeah, yellow's tricky.
Yes, but I always do white below that because it is a more difficult color, but I forgot. So,
but that's pretty thick for 1 coat of yellow.
yeah. All right, I think I am going to give that a little rest, and then now I'm going to try with my copper.
Very nice. I can't wait to see the copper. So
Yes, and you need to make
globe
sure
is
you mix it up really good, because it seems like this metallics, then it'll just come out with like a clear liquid first.
Yeah.
Because I've done that. I'm like, okay, is that supposed to be, you know, what color is that supposed to be?
Let's see.
And yeah, I don't know if you can see that in there, but look at that copper.
The copper.
In the back
Where's
there.
that? Oh, that's very pretty.
And I will then take this. He's going to see if he can schmooze
oh, yes, of course.
a play date with all right. And I just, although I did that too dark, let's see if I can just.
So I'm just painting the little circles on the paint palette. That's a lighter pink color paint pen, and then the mint green. And I think I'll stick with the same colors I did on the little pennant banner. So I'm just going to go ahead and do purple and yellow.
All right, I may have to go back over that with the brown a little bit. Usually I like to, you know, blot off first before you do the copper, because then it can be like, woo, in your face.
That's so pretty though.
I'm just kind of sporadically dabbing here and making it be random if I can help it. But then I'll go, no, that's not, you know.
I love it on the brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it just really looks good.
It does. It's so pretty. I'm going to have to try that. So there's colors on the little palette, and now I have to do my paintbrush. I don't know what color I should do the paintbrush. Should I do the bristles black with maybe a little white thing on there, and then maybe the handle. Oh, that's not black. Look, that's the silver.
Whoopsie.
Oh. It looked like the black pen. The black paint pen, though, the Posca pen, is very nice. It covers any boo-boos up, like the black chalk paint, like the Waverly black chalk paint. It's just a really good finish, good coating.
Yes.
Good coverage.
So then, I don't know if y'all can see this, but that is the burnt umber, and then I did the copper, which I'm going to go back a little bit and then just blot some more of the umber.
Yeah, the camera doesn't do it justice. We'll take pictures at the end and post those because it's really, really such a pretty finish. Melissa says, what type of material do you cut your wood projects from? I have painted wood before and the material swells.
Oh.
I've never had that happen. Did it get
swells.
Wet?
Yeah.
I've never had it get wet before. I always use 1/4 inch maple from Lowe's. I made a mistake in my video the other day and I called it Pure Bond. It's not Pure Bond. I went back and commented, that's Home Depot's maple is called Pure Bond. We actually don't have maple at my local Home Depot. I get mine at Lowe's. I can't remember the name of it, but I did link it in the last video the other day when I don't even know what I made the other day. I forget.
Oh yeah.
What did I paint?
Was it a floral?
Yes.
Yes.
This right here. See, my memory is going.
Look, getting.
So yeah. So it's not called Pure Bond, but it is 1/4 inch maple. I've never had a problem with it swelling. So I don't know what's going on with that. And Joy, do you use? I know you use 1/4 inch. Is it birch or maple?
I do a combo.
Okay.
So sometimes they don't have the maple, so then I'll get the birch, and yeah. So, but it's funny because then with the Glowforge, like the settings, they say to do, I think it's the speed is 125 on the birch, and then the maple is 130. But for mine, I just keep it all on the 125, like the birch, because then I find that there's little areas where it won't cut through, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather, have a nice clean cut.
Exactly.
So.
Look at this little fine point Posca. Posca has fine point paint pens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're looking for, if I've used that before, yeah, I did. If you need some, like for tier trays, because sometimes the little lines are smaller, they make little tiny ones.
That's cute.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I'm going to do a lighter brown on the bottom. And this is Nicole's. So you were speaking of that.
Yeah, Nicole's from Ben Franklin or AC Moore. Yeah. Oh, Terry says she's setting up her Glowforge today. That is so exciting.
Oh, how exciting.
Yay. Let's see. from your reactions, it must be my painting technique. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel so bad, Melissa, for the swelling. I don't know why that's happening,
no.
I just can't imagine.
Trust me, no.
Aw. Before I do, okay, so this needs a little, see, don't you think this needs just some accents? Sometimes if you just do a few little squiggles, it gives your piece some dimension and kind of draws your eye away from any sort of imperfections. So I'm going to go back and add some little accents here in a few minutes when those dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my words in white.
I did like a paint palette for a friend, and I stained the handle of it and then painted the top thing.
Cool.
So that's a nice way where you can kind of have combination of two. It was a mom that she wanted to display her daughter's artwork.
Okay, that's cute.
In an area in the house. So she's like, I just want it to say, you know, McKenna's art, and then she has it all up there. And I'm like, what a sweet mom.
Aw, that's very cool. So I'm going to just be boring here and do my words in white because I want them to pop on my black chalkboard background. And this is what I love about just leaving the words inside of the wood and using paint pens, because it's way less messy and I just go over it and then I go back and do a second coat when I'm all done. And generally I don't have to clean up the sides. I mean, I might have a little bit of cleanup to do. And you don't paint the sides of your pieces either, right?
No,
That's probably the most common question I get. That
I did in the beginning, and
right.
Yes, I learned quickly.
You want to, if you want to spend your time doing that, then knock yourself out.
Yes.
But I do not.
No.
It is exhausting, and no matter what you do, I feel like it doesn't come out clean. Now, I know I'm going to have people comment and say, spray paint. I don't love to spray paint, y'all. I don't. First of all,
I would have it all over my house.
Yes, yes. Well, because I don't have a good setup in my garage for spray painting. So basically, I have to go outside. And so then I'm relying on a good dry day, a sunny day.
Which in Virginia lately, that would be none.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I feel like spray paint doesn't go very far. It's expensive, and I can be spraying a large piece, and before I know it, I can use a whole can of spray paint on one item. Maybe I'm using too much. I don't know, but it just does not last. It's very expensive.
Yeah, I had 2 wicker chairs out on our front porch at our old house. And then when we went to go sell, I was like, oh, Lord, you know, because it's got little chips and all that over there. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to get some spray paint and paint these. And it went through a can of spray paint for each chair.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because, of course, I only bought one. I'm like, oh, for sure, this will be fine. And no, not so much.
Oh, yeah. One time I tried to paint my kitchen chairs with a can of good paint and a paintbrush, and I quickly realized that it was going to take me forever to go through all the little like spindles and things, and it wasn't going to be a nice smooth finish. So I went out and got a paint sprayer.
Oh,
and it was awesome because it definitely went on nice and even, and it was a lot less work. But I'm gonna tell you, it used up 3 times as much paint. When you're spraying, it takes so much more paint.
Yeah, because you have to account for the, you know, misting where it's just gonna be lost.
Yep.
It'll be on your grass or whatever your tarp is or whatever, you know. You're like, that's a lovely color of pink, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, is everybody, I brought this over. I should show this. And I hope I don't get my paint on it. Let me see. I did this because who does not like plaid?
Oh, that is so cute. Yes.
And so you can do it. It's 2 separate pieces. And then I just did the whole, so that you can put ribbon through that. And then you can put whatever you want on there. I did Merry Christmas. You can do Merry Christmas 2020 or, you know, the Simon Says, whoever, you know, whatever you, it's very universal as an ornament. I have seen on all these laser groups or whatever. We're getting ready for Christmas already.
We are.
Because then the rush is going to be quick. And then I spray painted with the glitter. I can't remember the brand, but
Glitter spray paint.
Yeah,
just the clear glitter.
Yeah. Yes, and then I did that on there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm
Got
telling
a
you,
sparkle to
that
it.
adds
Very
a
pretty.
lot to it. And I want to post that. So see, I told you I've just been doing lots of stuff, but I haven't been posting to my Etsy shop, which I need to, because then that's silly.
Yeah.
Where I, reinvent the wheel. If you're like, oh yes, so that's me. I will buy files, especially in the beginning. That's all I did was bought files.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like, okay, either I could spend 5 hours on this, and you have this simple thing done in the beginning, or I could spend 5 minutes looking for a file and then click buy it and then load it up to your
absolutely
software. So
so I just added a few little squiggles. I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, like I said, we'll show up closer at the end here with a white paint pen, just little
cute
dots and squiggles to things, just to kind of give them some dimension. And I always go back and do that at the end. It's hard to explain. Sometimes I use black, sometimes white, sometimes both. But yeah, it's hard to explain exactly where to know to put them. I'm definitely not the expert at it, but I just sort of go for it. And just add a few in there because I just feel like it just makes it pop.
Yeah, and let's see, the color that I'm using, I said it was Nicole's, but now write this down because it's a very involved name. Brown.
Awesome. Can't go wrong with that. Just brown.
I'm like, okay.
So some dots and squiggles on there. I did some black on the stand and then some white on the globe. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the little paint palette.
Let's see.
You can also, if you like dimension, use puffy paint to do your dots and squiggles.
Oh, I've never used that.
I do. I love that look. I think it's really cute. I've done that before. It's just tulip puffy paint. But now you want to do it at the very end, and you want to make sure that you have plenty of time to let it dry, because you really need to let it dry overnight, because if you touch it, you're going to mess it up. So it's a little bit tricky for that reason.
And it's puffy paint?
Puffy paint, yeah. Just like the puffy paint we used back in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
I don't know, because I wasn't around then.
Yeah. We both know. Yes, we were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, because then when we first met, was up at the birthplace in labor and delivery. What, maybe 16, 17 years ago?
Oh my gosh. Well, so my kids were 1 and 3, so 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Because I used the little daycare on the days that I worked.
Yes.
The hospital had its own little daycare. And man, nothing like dropping your kids off, the life of a nurse, having to drop your kids off at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
In the
You drop
freezing
them
cold.
off in the dark, and then
Yes.
you pick them up in the dark.
Yes.
Especially like the winter, because then,
Well, I don't have to do that anymore. That's for sure.
Yes, amen. Oh, yes. Yes, so yeah, her son's going to be going to the same college as my son. So this is going to be his first year, and it's going to be my son's third. I can't believe it.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So you do survive freshman year? You
Yes.
survived that? Okay, I
Yes.
need to hear that.
I seriously came home and cried and told my husband life was never going to be the same ever again. And,
Well, mine will, because mine is going to be upstations. See, why, if I put it on sleep mode, am I still getting phone calls? Sorry, y'all. That was a phone call. Let's see if anybody else has commented. I don't see any more comments.
Hopefully y'all haven't fallen asleep.
I know, right?
They're like, how much longer till you paint that stupid acorn?
Well,
and thankfully I left the masking on, the hello, because otherwise it would be hello, a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. So wait, what are you doing with the hello? You're leaving it?
So
I'm already painted it white underneath.
No. No, I'm going to take that out of there. My husband just put that in there. It's cut,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it, I think, in the burgundy. Just so that you have some.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more of that burgundy.
Yeah.
Just that autumn. I just think of that and oranges and,
burnt orange.
You're right.
And yellow and all the fall colors.
Mm-hmm. And what is it? Spiced pumpkin that you like?
Pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Oh, you guys. Yesterday at my Starbucks, they said, they had a sign up that said pumpkin is coming. And that's all it said. And I was like, oh, yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, no.
I love everything pumpkin. I am the crazy pumpkin lady. I have 8,000 pumpkins I use to decorate my house at fall. And the season does not last long enough. I really wish that Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving and all that, I wish that they were spread out more because I love that time of year, but I feel like it's all crammed together and we're rushed to do each thing. And I just really want to enjoy it more. And I love the weather. I am not a summer girl. I mean, there are great things about summer. But I love that crisp fall air and I love a cozy sweater and a cup of coffee. And that's just, that's my time. I love it.
Yep. We watch college ball, and all that.
Yeah, we will have some college ball this fall.
My husband said Virginia Tech, he saw that they're going to have 11 games.
Yeah.
So he was thrilled.
Alabama's going to play. Yeah, we're excited. We will have some football to watch.
Yeah, he's like, some normalcy finally.
Yes.
In this whole, pandemic time.
I know it. Hopefully everybody will stay healthy.
Yes.
And we can continue through and get some football.
Yes.
I don't care about the game. I could honestly, this is so sad. As many football games as I've seen, could I tell you the rules to the game? Absolutely not. But I love football food. I love people over and the atmosphere and football food and just the, hanging out and love it. Love all that. So, pot of chili on the stove.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I think I might be done painting.
See, I told you.
I am gonna do accents on the big piece over there. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop these letters out before they dry too much, and then they're like painted in there. Hopefully they'll come out. Come out of there.
I know I'm gonna untape my
get out of there.
Bottom part of my acorn here, so that I can get my hello.
Get out. You guys talk to your wood, and there we go. That one popped out.
Let's see.
Get out of there. I cannot stay. Okay, I think I got it. Yep.
Right there. It will be strategically teetering on, All right.
And we're going to make bows, you guys. If y'all like to make bows for your projects, we're each going to make a bow at the end and attach it to our projects, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I won't have to hit this again because that looks like a little bit like a hot mess.
Let me see.
See, it's just so, well, and I know part of it is it's in different stages of drying.
Yes,
but
it is. Okay, so like I said, love the fact that these letters just pop right out of here and the sides are clean because you use paint pen while they're still in their little wood. Like I always draw a square or rectangle or circle, whatever shape around my words so I can just smooth some painter's tape down and pull the whole thing out of the bed, and then I can paint it with paint pens. I mean, that's like the first trick you learn with the laser, because I didn't know that. I just went in completely like oblivious.
I know.
To
Do
all
you have
these
burgundy
tricks.
paint pen?
No. You know what? No, wait. Actually, is this
Are you kidding?
a dark enough burgundy? And if it's not, I think these might be the same. Are these the same color? Maybe they might be a little bit different.
No,
but I also have this other brand that I said is a little bit, had a little bit of a sheen to it. I think this is the most burgundy.
Ooh, yes.
I can't tell in this light. I think that's brown. Is that burgundy?
Yes.
Burgundy.
Okay, I want to try it.
Okay. Okay, do you need this piece anymore? Are you going to use that to, because I can like.
I'm going to do it to line it up.
Oh, you're going to line it up?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to like.
I know.
Clear some space.
It's a hot mess. Yes, I'm done with the black.
You're done with the black. Let's
Yep.
put the lid on the black here.
My fall has fallen.
Move my letters without losing all these little, the little apostrophe and the little.
Oh, excuse me. I was shaking that, and the cap was obviously not really on anymore.
I haven't used that one yet. I haven't used a lot of that other brand yet.
Yes, but I hear that this Heroic, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying that it's really good.
They're pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Now, I hate to bore you guys by doing another coat, but I'm looking at this closer and it needs another coat, and I'm giving this as a gift to someone. So I want to make sure that it's like I want it. Wait, that's not the big brush. Where's the big brush? There we go. I might have to get.
Oh, look at that. That was a perfect match, Amy.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm going to do just a little bit of another coat of this blue that I love.
I know. I can never get enough of that color blue.
I feel like everything I own is this color these days. This or the mint green. I'm just drawn to them.
Well, I just got some watch band things for the Apple Watch.
Oh yeah. Now you sell files for that, right? Don't
Yes,
you sell
and
some
it's
watch band files?
it's that color.
Oh, okay.
So you know I had to get.
I might have to get you to.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never made a watch band.
Yes. So yeah, I did.
engraved watch
I did
band.
this one, Lord,
Sorry,
when
I'm
I
moving your
first.
paper.
Oh no, you're fine. When I first got my
Oh,
Glowforge,
that's pretty.
and it was a file that I bought. And then you can have your name, and it's got all these flowers. And yes, I do have that on my site. And it is, it's so pretty. And it has really kept the color in there. Because as nurses, we, you know, we're hard on,
Oh yeah.
on stuff when we're working.
But we need our smartwatches. Like that's the first thing when I went back to my nursing job after being out for a few years. I feel like when I left, not everybody had a smartwatch, and when I went back, everybody had them. And I would look around and I'd be like, I don't really need one of these. But then I started realizing we have to go by the exact time.
Yes.
For everything, for labor and delivery, for sure. Yes. The exact time that everything happens, and when you're in the operating room, super important to be able to just. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm knocking into you. To flick your arm and look down, and you've got your time instead of running over with your. I'm 40 something. I know you're younger, but.
Thank you.
But yeah, and squinting at the bottom of the computer screen to try and figure out what time is it while everybody's waiting for you to announce the time. And I was like, this is not going to work. I need one of these fancy watches that all y'all have. So
yes, well, literally the last day that I worked up in labor and delivery, it was a different manufacturer for a certain medicine, and it's when a patient's hemorrhaging, so obviously it's important
and fast,
and so then she said, I want you to give this patient this medicine, and I went over into the drug thing, and I'm like, what does that say? You know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I don't know if that's the medicine. I'm like, I know that's the area it said it was in, and that's what it's normally in. But I'm like, I can't read this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe this is a good time that I'm, you know.
Oh, and the virus has made this a nightmare for us because when you're trying to wear it, now they're making us wear the face shield and the mask.
Yes.
Before it was just the mask, and, you know, we grumbled enough about that. I'm not going to say, y'all, I know people are going to be like, be grateful for your PPE. Okay, I'm grateful for my PPE.
Yes.
However, work all day long with a mask on when you're running around and sweating already, because I'm hot-natured.
Yes.
And see if you are not ready to rip that mask off. So
Yes.
you already have the mask on, and then you got to wear the face shield. And then you can't see, so you're trying to put your readers up underneath
Yes.
the face shield.
Yes.
And oh my goodness, and everything is fogging up, and it's just, oh, you guys.
Yes. Although one
So,
of the
yeah.
nurses today told me a little trick that she's learned
Okay.
for defogging your glasses, at least.
Okay. Yes, do tell.
Do shaving cream. She's like, rub shaving cream on it and wipe it off.
Okay.
And she's like, I don't know what it is, but it has something that it just prevents
That's
your
awesome.
glasses from fogging up. I'm
I will
like,
try that.
okay. I'm like, that's good to know.
Yes, every tip that I can get for sure.
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah, I can't imagine, because then I'm in like a pre-op area now.
Yeah.
And so, right, we have to wear the shields when, you know, we can't keep a 6 foot different
Yeah.
distance.
So now I need
And
to do
that
some
with your mask
accents
is
on here.
a nightmare.
Yeah, it is. Oh goodness, y'all, but we're all getting through it.
Exactly.
Hopefully
The
it'll
struggle
be
is
over
real.
with at some point.
Yes.
That is
Oh,
very
yes.
pretty. I like that burgundy on there.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some more squiggles, some more dots and some squiggles. Whatever accents y'all like to do, but my go-to is the dots and the squiggles. So
I will not be doing any dots and squiggles because I would sit there and critique it and then, you know, try, no, that's not quite right. Let me try and do this. Let's do this again.
that's
and
so funny.
10
I
hours
love my
later,
dots.
you know, I'm like, oh yes, this sign was, you know, sold for, you know, $30, but, you know, I actually took, you know, 5 hours on it because I was, you know,
Yes.
second guessing. No, it's not just right. I can't stand it, you know, so. Where is...
I do it to draw the eye away from the imperfections that are on my work. So,
Well,
you
see,
know.
then I really should learn that.
Okay, so just some dots and squiggles around the outside edge of the black. And I did, you guys, in this file, there are holes at the top of the scallop. I went back in and added them to the file. So if you happen to buy this file before I added the holes and you want me to send you the updated file that has the holes in the sign, then just let me know. The only issue with making a file and putting holes in a backboard is that if you're going to size it down or size it up, then you're going to want to change the size of those holes. So if you do that, you're probably going to want to just either delete them and make your own holes, or, you know, so that can be a little bit tricky. So that's why I don't always include them. But this is pretty good cut at this size. And
Yeah, that is really cute.
thanks. I'm getting paint all over me. Just try to wipe
Oh,
it all off.
well,
and
yeah,
not get it all over
look,
me
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Can you pass me the baby wipes one more time? I'm sorry,
Oh.
I'm being such a high maintenance.
No, and
They're right there.
yeah.
Thank you. I just
Sure.
wiped it all off, and then I went to like fold the towel in half, and there was a bunch of paint on the other side of it, I guess.
And you're like, oh, great, yeah.
Awesome. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do until this dries, because I think I'm kind of stuck until I need to do some black squiggles, and then I need to attach everything on here, but this is still wet.
Oh, and speaking of attaching things.
Yes, Stick Fast.
Love it.
Yep, it's the one I always recommend, y'all.
Yes, but it literally does stick very fast.
Yes.
Like we're talking a couple seconds. So, you know,
Oh, I can make my bow.
yeah, don't dilly-dally when you're doing that, because you're gonna end up with something in the wrong position. I always try and then set it, just gently set it on there and go, okay, is this, yeah. And then I go ahead and press down so that it will adhere.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you press it on there any way, shape, or form, then that's where it's staying.
It's done. So, is it okay if I go ahead and make my bow?
Yes.
I feel like I have nothing else to do. I don't want to like jump ahead. So, you guys, I almost always use burlap when I make my bows. This is about probably a 5-inch wide roll of burlap that I have. I buy a whole bunch of these on Amazon at one time. It's not wired, I don't think. No, it's not wired. And it does shed a little bit, but I love it. I think it's a good back piece for a bow. So I've cut about a 20-inch length, and I'm just folding it over onto itself so it overlaps slightly. And then I'm going to flip it over so I'm working with the front side here. And then I usually try to select 3 different ribbons that I like to go with whatever piece I'm adding my bow to. And as I said before, I love a black and white ribbon because I feel like it pulls colors out and really makes things pop. So this is just a black and white wired ribbon that I have. And then these are all about 7 or 8 inches pieces. This is a wired ribbon that I got from Michaels back at Easter. They had this ribbon, and I bought a whole bunch of it because I loved it so much. And it came in pink and I think yellow as well. I bought a couple different colors. And then this also was back at springtime from Michaels, and it's just like a pink buffalo check or gingham. And these are, I think these are all wired except for the burlap. So what I usually do is I flag my ends, and the way I do that is I take, I'm going to do both pieces at the same time, okay? And I'm going to fold the ribbon lengthwise, just on the end there, okay? And I'm going to take my scissors, where are my scissors? And,
if not, I have mine. Okay.
Thanks. And I'm just going to cut at an angle. That's about, what angle is that, 45? That's a 45 degree angle. 45 degree angle towards the open side here, and just snip like that. And then I'm going to go to the other end and do the same thing. Line those up like that. So then you've got perfect flagged ends, okay? And I'm going to do those for all my ribbon. And then if I'm using a more narrow ribbon, this is all at least probably 1.5 to 2 inches wide. But if I'm using a more narrow ribbon, sometimes I'll just cut the ends at a slant and not flag them. But for the wider ribbon, I usually flag the ends. But you can do it however you want. Just don't leave your ends square. It's just not right.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. If you want to leave your ends square, I guess you can.
It's against Rule 2, Paragraph 9, Section 4 of the Crafter's Policy.
Yes.
Read up on that if you,
Okay, so I've got the front part of my folded burlap here, and I'm going to do a triple pinch. I know y'all can't see this. I've done this in videos before. I've done this in a lot of my videos. If you look back, that you can see it more up close. But I pinch it in the middle, and then I pinch it at the bottom and pinch it at the top. So it's like 3 pinches, just like that. And then I'm going to just lay each piece of ribbon on here and crisscross it. And I usually do the 2 matching ribbons at a time. I put my black one in the back. I kind of work from largest to smallest. If I've got any that are, different sizes. These are all about the same size. I don't put bows on all my signs, but I feel like some of them just really need a bow. And this is one of them.
It's just kind of like the little icing on the cake. Just makes it look more finished and pull it together.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you might feel like your colors are a little like disjointed or whatever, and it's just a nice way to pull it together.
And another thing to draw their eye away from any imperfections.
Yes.
So here's all my crisscrossed ribbons. I've got this little piece right there that's shedding. I'm taking a piece of twine. It's, I don't know, maybe 12 inches long. And I'm just gonna, starting in the front, flip it over and I'm going to tie it in the back nice and tight. Usually do maybe like a triple knot and then just snip the ends. And then you're going to turn it over and you're going to fluff it. So just spread everything out and get it nice and fluffed.
I feel like I'm pulling.
Just like so. So there's our bow all finished. All these little pieces of fabric everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to do my finishing touches on the backboard.
All right.
And let's see, maybe some black squiggles. All right, so, ooh, that's silver again. I gotta put that silver away. It looks like it's black, but it's not.
I'm getting, because then I never put paint on my board, but today I did, and now I just stuck my thumb.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, okay.
Do you need a baby wipe? Do you have a baby wipe?
I don't have a baby wipe.
Well, that's because I'm hogging them over here.
She's a baby white hogger.
I like the Kirkland brand. I think I got them, well, you know, Kirkland is from Costco, right? But I think I got those on Amazon. Here's a baby wipe if you try to find a good place to put it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to find it. I'll put this over here because I don't want your dog to then, oh, look at that, isn't that fun? And then have paint all over.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. All right, so now I am going to just do a little bit of this copper all on the bottom.
And I'm dotting and squiggling, just my thing.
See, this is my version of dotting and squiggling.
I get quiet when I'm dotting and squiggling.
You have to think really hard, right? Get your tongue in the right position.
Yes.
It's very highly technical.
Mm-hmm. I always end up with a squiggle next to a squiggle, though. That's always my problem, and I have to squeeze.
Then you're like, oh. And then you're like, well, now I want to I gotta start making it smaller. And then you're like, okay, well, now it's not, you know.
Just, yeah. Try to squeeze it all in there and make it look. All right. I think that's done. And I'm going to go ahead and glue my pieces on. So here is...
Yes, I am done painting.
Sweet. Yay! I love being done painting. Don't you love it?
Yes.
So there's our backboard. And someone asked the other day, do I paint the backs of my boards? I do not paint the backs of my boards. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay.
Yep.
The back of my board is plain.
So is mine.
Yeah. The only time that I would paint the back would be if I was going to put it on a storm door, maybe. I'm looking for a, here we go. That's clear, so you're going to see the back. Then maybe I would go back and take the time to do it. But for the most part, no. All right, I need my glasses for this part. So I've shown y'all this in the past, but this is a Memento black dual tip marker, and I'm using the brush end to clean up my edges. And I'm just going to point my brush tip the same direction as my painted side of my door hanger. And I'm going to just, going parallel, go around and clean up my edges. And this Memento marker is the perfect shade of blackish brown to clean up these burned edges. Sharpies are too dark, in my opinion. Okay, so this is my go-to, and I buy these, I buy like a whole bunch of them at a time. Are you looking for something?
Nope, I'm looking to see my things.
Oh, that
I'm
is
like,
so cute. I love it.
if I have... All right, so I'm going to put it... Oh, well, that's true. I have my template. What am I... Oh, goodness. You'd swear I woke up at 4:30 this morning.
You'd swear that you did. I know. I was with you in spirit. I woke up, well, not that early. I woke up at 5:30, so.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's called going to the bathroom and then get back in bed.
I know. It's not the same. Not the same thing. Snuggle the dog for a little while.
Yeah,
play
like,
around on your phone.
Yeah.
Get a cup of coffee. Okay. Done with the edges. And then, of course, you're going to want to check your attachments and do the same thing. Clean up the edges on those. I'm kind of OCD about my edges being not messy.
No. No.
I know.
Say it isn't so.
Us nurses, we can be like that.
Yes. All right. As I obsess over here, yes.
I have to say, I am loving the silver Posca pen. And I have a gold one too, so I'm going to have to find a project to play with the gold one. But, I mean, I only did one coat, and I swear it doesn't need another coat. Okay, so those are cleaned up. And I think I'm going to start gluing. Are you going to start gluing soon?
Yes.
Good.
And
See,
I'm
look
going
at
to
that.
put that there, yes.
We finished about the same time. I'm not even looking at comments. Do we have any more comments? I think we put them to sleep.
Yes. You're welcome for your nap time.
Yes. Let me refresh the screen because it still says a comment was a minute ago. I wonder if I'm missing some. Let me see. I feel bad if we've been ignoring y'all. We did have a couple of comments. What type of glue? I missed it.
Oh, yeah,
Shannon,
it's stick fast.
yeah, stick fast. Now, Joy and I both use the thick, right? Do you
Yes.
use the thick?
Mhm.
Because it's not drippy. And you don't
yeah.
want to drip this glue because it's like dripping super glue. And you don't want to get it on your skin because you will glue yourself together. It's very, very sticky.
I had to sand my thumb one time because, yeah, that was early on that I was like, oh, that really does stick fast.
Oh
now,
my
doesn't
goodness. Oh my goodness. I did that. I had to sand. Well, I didn't have to sand. I accidentally sanded my fingers one time when I was sanding some drywall in our house. And we use, at work, we use our fingerprints to get into things like the medicine cabinet where all the meds are. So you want to talk about some annoyed coworkers when you have to ask them all day to get your meds out for you because your fingerprint has been sanded off of your finger.
Yes,
that
you're
was
like,
not
sorry.
good. All right.
All right, so I'm going
Lay
to
our
just show
pieces
you
out.
real quick before I do it.
That is so
Pull it down.
cute for fall. I love it.
So
Adorable.
Yes, thank
Love
you.
the acorn.
All right.
Okay, so attachments. I don't know if I have any. Oh, you know what? I think I do have some command strips. I have a couple
Let's see.
in my girl tool bag.
All right, and what I'll do is then, since you're gluing, I will glue.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then we can be on the same page.
Yes,
and then maybe
we can
we
do
can
that.
do my bow real quick.
Yeah.
I did not cut any pieces off because then I struggle with bows. And just
I think
going,
your bows
you
are
know,
cute.
I just kind of doubt myself that
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, no, that's good. No, well, you know, okay,
Well-
yes. And I keep on going and
There are fancier ways to make bows than the way that I make them. And I think you make yours the same way I do.
I
pretty
do.
Much. Yeah.
Yes.
But I just don't care that much. I mean, I care, but I like those bows and they're easy to make.
Right.
And I don't feel the need to get fancy. I have a couple of different bow maker
Mm-hmm.
devices.
Yeah.
the Easy Bow Maker, and
what was that Bowdabra?
Bowdabra.
Mm-hmm.
I just like my go-to little way of making bows. It's just the way I like to do it. All right, so I put my little pennant on there, and I need to put my letters. Where did I put? Oh, they were all bunched up here.
I'm like, I forgot that, like, my fall, of course, he cut them down there, and then, so I moved it up, and then I'm like, well, no, of course, the letters are going to go on, which, I mean, you can do either.
Right.
But I wanted to put them on top of the leaves. Just to add a little more dimension.
Mm-hmm. Always love some dimension on all our projects.
Where's my F? There's
all right, this is my thing. I'm sorry.
No,
we're trying to like cram our finished signs in here and we're running out of space. I am so worried I'm not going to get this straight on video.
Yeah, this is where you should score, and I will have it in my file scored, because now I'm going to sit here and go, oh dear Lord. Am I level? Am I even?
Yes.
Is it centered?
I know what you mean.
And you can see, like, I truly just use that little bit, and that is all you need.
I'm trying to make myself taller here so I can get a bird's eye view of my sign, so I can see if that's straight. You're fortunate to be taller than me. I'm like on my tippy toes here trying to... Does that look straight to you?
Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me... Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So little bits of glue. Very important to not put too much glue.
Yeah, because then it will start moving around when you set it down, and then it's not good.
We're going to have to do these live videos again together. This was fun.
Yes.
See, and I just moved mine and got glue.
I know.
But it dries matte.
Yes.
Yeah, because somebody asked me that the other day if it dried matte, and I'm like, well, I sure have gotten it where I didn't want it, and I look back later and I don't see it. So I guess the answer is yes, it does dry fairly matte.
Right, yes.
Because I kind of panicked the other day when I screwed up this piece. I ended up having to cut another little piece and patch the leaf. The leaf is cut out so it's supposed to be over the flowers a little bit differently. And I, of course, because I was live and I was trying to do it without being over top the sign like I normally get, I didn't put it on there right. And the glue was, like we've said, it sticks and it's on there. So there was no moving the piece at that point.
Well, I had where it was a piece from just for me, and that was in the beginning, because then I was learning. And then I realized I put a letter in the wrong order.
Oh no, did you really?
Yes.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my Lord.
Oh.
What? Okay. So I'm like, well, no better person to try it on than on mine, because I'm like, if I can't get it off, then,
Yeah.
And it did. I used a old Cricut, it looks like a little scraper, or like a little
flat tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got up under the letter, and now it ended up taking a little bit of the piece of wood right below it with it.
Yes, you realize your plywood is made of layers.
And but I was able to get it back on there. Now I had to do some touch-up painting on the sign below, but
I glued my fingers together.
Oh, I almost did that the other day. It was like, okay, yeah, I finally got it off.
Oh goodness.
All right, so that was that.
I'm worried that's not straight. Is that straight? Oh, that's straight enough. Good grief.
We're hilarious.
Once you pick it up, you're like, well, I don't know if it's straight again. But yeah, if you score it, and when we say score, basically when I do lettering, because like I said, of course, this lettering is not included with the sign, because you're going to want to do your own teacher's name. You're not going to want to Mrs. Vaughn's classroom on your sign.
What?
You can do what's called an offset, and a lot of y'all are super familiar with what that means, but The offset feature is in most design software. I know it's in Lightburn, and I know it's in Illustrator, right?
It's
no, not Illustrator.
Inkscape.
Inkscape.
Yeah, it's dynamic offset is the main one, or linked offset, and then I think they have just plain offset, but I usually use the dynamic. That's the one I use most. Let's see, I'm trying to...
And what I try to do is, what offset does, y'all, is, oh, my battery's low, is... It makes it so you're not, because if you just try to make your lettering smaller, it's not going to be proportioned correctly. I didn't hear a ding. Is that plugged in?
Well, the thing that went off,
Oh, it's on sleep mode, so it may not ding.
Oh.
Well, no, I made it go off, though. So, okay. Hopefully it won't die. I totally forgot what we were saying. What were we saying?
Oh, we were talking about offset and
Yeah, so if you try to do make your lettering smaller, then obviously that's not going to work, because the offset makes each letter thinner. So it's the perfect like shadow, so to speak, behind your original lettering. So you obviously want to do the offset that makes your lettering smaller to score on your sign. I have that glue all over my fingers now.
Oh, yeah.
So that when you put your letters on, then it's hidden behind, you know, your 3D letters. All right, so I think... So these attachments, let me hold this up. This is what the sign looks like. And I'm going to put my attachments down here like this. Can y'all see that? You can also, if you wanted to move all your letters up a little bit and center your attachment down at the bottom, you could do that. But you can basically put it wherever you want it. And what I'm using for the attachments are command strips, which if you don't know about command strips, y'all, these will change your life. These are amazing. I use them all over my house to hang things on the walls. Right now it's mounting my laser camera onto my laser. I just use them for everything. Yeah, it's kind of jerry-rigged up there. They're like Velcro, basically. You put two of them together and you crunch them. They make the little crunchy, snappy sound.
Oh, yes.
And then what you want to do, though, is you want to make sure that whatever attachment, that is so cute. Oh, I love it. I love all the different leaf shapes. Very cute.
So, very fall.
Yes.
Makes me more excited about it. Sorry.
Absolutely. I'm trying to make sure that whatever attachment I add, that this command strip will be in the right spot. And I think it looks like it's going to. Those are pretty big attachments. So yeah, so I'm going to put my command strip on here, and I'm going to push down for, I think the instructions say like 25 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, I think 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am looking for your larger burlap.
The big roll of burlap is right there.
Thank you.
Here you go. You're welcome.
So,
do we have any more comments? I don't think so. Julie Marie says, "Hey, ladies. Hi, Julie. How are you?" All right. So then I'm gonna.
Oh, Julie. I was like Julie Marie. And
I don't think Julie. I think it might be a different Julie Marie. We work with a Julie Marie, but I don't think she's in this group.
Let's see. I got a little excited.
Must be a different. I know two Amy Renee's too. So whenever I see Amy Renee on my other Facebook, then I get them mixed up. So, but yeah, I know two Amy Renee's.
That's funny.
I know. All right, so my little globe on here, and then I'm going to push down on him.
Okay.
He's a him, not a her.
Gotcha.
And that way I can just put a command strip on the back of each one, and you can switch them out.
Look at me. How can I get everything all...
And that came off on the back of there. So, and then I'm going to stick another one for the second one that I painted. You just do each one, and that way you'll get it on there exactly where you want it. Peel the backing off. figure out where you want your little attachment to go and push down. I buy these command strips by like the huge package. This is my last little package, so I need to order some more on Amazon.
What is the little ding sound?
I think I didn't turn off my notifications on my laptop, and that's a Facebook notification.
Oh, okay.
So, come on. No, he's going to trip over that cord again. My chocolate lab walking around here. All right, so this is what I've got now. So I've left the little art palette attachment on there, but you can pop it off and do your little globe instead. I'm not in front of it to see where to put it, but that's the little globe one if you want to use that one.
Oh,
gotta look at it
very cute.
See. Yeah.
Do your geography or world history teacher.
Just push down so it stays on there. There we go. Yeah. And then if you
got
know,
some oomph.
Depending on what teacher you're giving this to, you can do different attachments, and you can even make your own if you're artsy and know how to design it all. This is a box of crayons, books, music notes for our music teacher, art, and the paint palette for the art teacher. And then this is just, we always have our little teacher apple. Got to have an apple in there.
Of course.
I'm going to put wire. Are you going to hang yours with wire? Do you want some wire? Let's see. Here we go.
All right, so I did this with the burlap and the buffalo check print because, I love that myself. And then just a lovely little plaid there. Just do your little crisscross. Remember that crisscross applesauce?
Yep, crisscross applesauce.
All right, and then I'll come over here and do the little 3-pinch.
Yep, triple pinch.
Yes.
You guys, this is galvanized steel fence wire from Tractor Supply, of all places. But I am sure that you can get this wire at any home store. And I just grab, I don't know how much of this, maybe, what is that, 15, 16 inches. And cut a piece of it with my little wire snips. And this is 17 gauge wire. It comes in a spool of 350 feet for like 10 bucks. And I've had it forever. And there's still plenty of wire on there. Okay, so then I'm just going to take it and make a U, and I'm going to feed it up through the bottom, through my holes. And then kind of bend it up.
Forgot I had paper down there.
Oh. And then, so I've got it sticking out just like that. And then these pieces that stick up here, I'm going to grab my wire snips and pinch it. And I pinch it at kind of the fat part of the wire snips here where it's starting to kind of get wider, and I just roll it down just like that, and then wiggle my wire snips out, and then I do the same thing on the other side, and I kind of go out.
I think I didn't make mine big enough.
I go outwards on both of those, and then just kind of push them down, and that's your wire hanger. Just like so.
I'm not in my element, my normal element.
Okay.
I
Can
feel
I help
all.
You? What can
yes. Let's see. Because then I think I made the burlap too small. There.
Do it. Make sure you're overlapping enough. It looks like it might not be overlapping enough to grab it with your twine. Yeah. Give yourself a couple inch overlap there.
All right. Here.
Yep. There you go. Make sure that overlap is like in the middle. So when you grab it and you put in, yeah, kind of roll it. Yeah, there you go. Like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, let me take that.
Here. Oh, well, no, I'll just throw that over there. Here.
Yeah,
I'll just throw it.
Just toss it.
Here. You do the 3-pinch since I seem to be having issues. Oh, no,
okay.
I do bigger.
My 3-pinch. So let me see. So here, make sure this is centered in the back. and overlapping by at least 2 or 3 inches. Then I flip it over, and I do my triple pinch before I add the ribbon on top.
Oh, really?
I do, yeah. So
well,
I
maybe
pinch
that's why
it
hers looks cuter.
3 times. It's just the way I've always done it. And then that's when I start stacking it, because then you can grab each piece like that.
See, she's teaching me
and
stuff.
crisscross it. Like that. Do you have a piece of twine ready?
Yep.
You do. Okay. I like that plaid ribbon. That is really cute.
Yeah.
All right. So then, yep. Do that. Flip her over. And you just want to tie it really tight.
Yes.
At least 2 times. Sometimes I do 3 times.
Okay.
So you got it?
Yep.
All right. And then, y'all, to do, to add my bow to my door hanger, I use, where did I put it? My staple gun. Okay, so this is just a, you know, your standard staple gun. Now, staples come in a couple different sizes.
Standard staple gun. I like that.
Yeah, standard, you know, Stanley
Yeah.
standard. You know, I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't claim to be a professional, you know.
That's right.
So I'm going to staple this onto the door hanger. Now, you will find that even the shortest staples that are made for these things will go all the way through your sign if you really, really, really push down. So I don't really, really, really push down, okay? I just sort of add my bow over here, and then I just push enough to, like, what I do is I sneak my tip of my staple gun under the very back layer of my burlap. Okay, so I'm not stapling all the way through this bow. I'm sneaking under here and stapling through this back layer of my burlap. And I'm not pushing super hard because I don't want it to go all the way through. I want it to just go enough that it's on there. It's not coming off, but it's not like poking out the back and gonna scratch somebody, okay? So,
Oh, gosh,
sorry.
scared me. I obviously wasn't paying attention.
And be careful, don't staple yourself.
Yes,
and
please.
Again, and I didn't push like super duper hard. And then if you peek at the back, yeah, you can't, it's not coming through. But it's on there. Like, it's not hanging out. It is on there.
It's
So,
on there to stay.
Yep, it's not going anywhere. And then, of course, you're going to want to fluff your bow. I think probably door hangers are my favorite thing to make with my laser because I just think they make a nice gift, you know, for people.
Yes.
I think if you're going to...
It's something personal
Yeah.
that, you know, you would never maybe be able to do otherwise.
Yes.
Just a little, and, you know, just adding something where it's to the teacher. It
Right.
just really goes, that shows you're going the extra mile. Okay, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And you know, if people, another question I get asked is, how much do you sell these for? Am I missing any comments? Okay. So for a standard size door hanger, I would say start at $35 or $40, but you're going to go up depending on how big the door hanger is, and then depending on just different things, you know, where you live, your area, what the pricing is there. But if you're doing attachments, if you're doing a bow, if you're doing a personalized, you know, name or something like that, I mean, a standard door hanger that you would just cut with a jigsaw and not have any special 3D pieces on, I would not charge less than $35 for that. So for something like this that's cut with your Glowforge or your laser, and you're doing all these 3D pieces, I mean, I know people that charge $60 to $80 for signs. So, you know, for a door hanger sign. So it just depends.
Yeah, my probably most popular one is my Home Sweet Home, where it has an interchangeable on the bottom O.
Yes.
And so it's like 19 inches, and you have the faux shiplap and all that. And and I sell that, you know, for $60 with one interchangeable.
Yes.
So
Yep, exactly.
it's lots of detail. And the more time you put into it, if it's something that's very intricate to paint, then you need to allow for your time. Don't forget to add your time, because your time's very valuable.
Absolutely. Your time is valuable. And you paid a lot for your machine for a reason.
Yes.
And, you know, you got to get your money back on it. And
Time
so
you spent on the file.
don't
all that.
undersell. Yeah, don't undersell your stuff and charge too little, because, you know, if you ever read anything about business or take a business class, one thing that they will teach you is that sometimes if you're not selling things, it can be because your price too low. Because people can think, this must not be very nice if she's charging that little for it, or she must just be starting out if she's not charging very much. This is kind of a cheap item. I don't really want it. But you find that if you up your piece by $10 or $15, you might actually sell more.
Right. I can't cut this on yours, so
here.
sorry.
No, it's okay. So are you trying to cut it right there?
Yes.
Okay, so it's all the way at the end, and you just
okay. Mine is, mine is, I go
it's
at the top.
right in the middle of it.
Well, no wonder I couldn't cut it.
Yeah, it's getting a little dull, I think, so. That is so cute. Love it.
I just set it there. And then do the little...
And then I just curl them. I make some curls. And a lot of people like to just use twine or, burlap string to hang their door hangers, or even a piece of ribbon, and that's fine. But I love wire. Once I started adding wire to my signs, for some reason I just think it looks a little bit more polished, and I just really like it.
Unless you do it just like I just did. Where
stop.
Like, oh, Lord. There we go. I can't get this little piece.
Just curl the end. Yeah, just kind of... There you go. Fold her down.
Come on, girl.
Does anybody have any questions? I think have we put them to sleep?
Yes.
We only have like 2 people on here now. We have been live for 2 hours.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
We did not intend for this to last this long,
yes.
y'all. Yeah. I don't know why. I always say, I'll be live for maybe half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours later, here I'm still chatting, and
yes.
So we don't blame you for not hanging in there. But when the video is over, you can go back and you can fast forward through all this stuff.
Yeah.
And just get to the end result.
Get to the good meat.
What does it look like? What did they make? So we're sorry if we've been gabbing, but we have fun when we get together and craft.
Yes.
And we don't get to do it as often as we would like.
No.
So.
And you don't ever make anything for yourself anymore.
Yes.
Because then you're always busy. Huh?
Can you staple gun, or are you going to tie it on there?
No, I'll do the staple. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to let you do it since that's your staple one, because I don't want to
Sure, I can do it.
Injure myself. Because
Right.
I will do. Oh,
all right, you want it right there?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Or should I have it? Or should it be over here since?
Yeah, because the hello is here,
Yeah.
so maybe over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it around here so I can get a better angle. And then we can hold these up and let these poor people go do what they want to do this afternoon. All right, so just a little pop there and a little pop there, not pushing down too hard. There we go. Fluff our bow. All right, let's hold
So here they are. Ta-da!
our finished pieces. There we go, guys.
In all their glory. Yeah, and this is 16 inches. I did it a little bit smaller. I just wasn't sure. I normally do 18, but you can always size up or down. So
yep, that's true.
Yep.
All right, so we will photograph these and give you some, the links are in the comments, but I will post these later on to the page, and we'll share the actual link to your file if anyone wants to make that project.
Yep.
So, okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging with us today. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for putting up with me.
Yeah. And we will talk to y'all later. If I can get around here to the camera.